Lorraine Robinson, we are live.
Colin Lamanford, we are also like, where's La Robinson?
La Robinson.
Well, just to address that, Lorraine is French. Not me personally. The word Lorraine, there's a place in France called Lorraine.
If I went all the way to France and heard that accent, I'm like, what's going on here?
Lorraine, you're right, Lorraine.
All right, Chuck.
All the way from French Oldham. Oldham French? I don't know what you would be. Either way, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Comedy. We are episode 2 already.
Well, this has been great, hasn't it? What a week.
We've hit global this week, haven't we?
We've gone international, yeah. We had a download in Romania.
Yay! I'll take it.
Definitely,
It's where we're going to do our first gig, isn't it?
It is now.
Right under the bus. Off you go. Can't make that one, Colin. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, no, I've learned some facts about Romania anyway.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, well, I might as well do this now.
Yeah, go on. Well, we're all about travel, so go on. Give us one and we'll save the rest for later.
Well, I found out, obviously during the pandemic, a lot of tourist attractions around the world have not been able to trade, as you'll know.
Really? Is that true? Yeah.
So obviously Romania is famous for Dracula's castle from the novel. So
okay, that's different.
So obviously people used to visit for Dracula's.
I will add that to my recommendation
But obviously, because people haven't been able to go, they've turned it into a COVID vaccine centre.
Have they?
So instead of getting little pricks in your neck, you're getting them in your arm instead.
Ah,
so
Colin, you love that, don't you? I'm surprised you've not kept that as your own for stage.
I have been sat on that all day.
Yeah. Well, you've been gigging this week, so you've had a good week, haven't you?
I've had a great week, actually. Yeah. But back out stage a couple of times, which we'll talk about a little bit later on.
Yeah.
I know you've been out, and we'll talk about that. But what about the rest of your week? What's going on?
My week, has it been good? Personally, it's been great because I've been out networking and all that and things I love, but it's not been so good in the travel world.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Well, this week, let me tell you about Grant, my old friend Grant.
The latest
Hi, Grant. How are you?
In the Grant Chronicles.
He trying to correct himself or rescue his shit show that he did, calling us basically whatever they were. He then referred to us as estate agents. I was like, I don't think, Grant, I've ever sold a house. I've sold my own, but I've never actually sold one for profit in that sense. But do you know what? In travel, anything's possible right now.
It's scary how nonchalant he is about his...
Yeah, it is frightening. But it kind of, in a way, Grant's F-ups have been one way to bring the travel community together, because what's happened this week is there's been an amazing lady called Jill and a chap called Graham. We're going to actually speak to Jill. We're going live with someone. And Graham Brett, who travel agents like myself, help people across the world, do what they're doing and all that kind of thing, just getting on with their lives, growing these amazing businesses and all that kind of stuff. And they've obviously been shat on in the same way that we all have, as everyone has, kind of thing. And but they're in agreement with the rest of the travel world that we're not getting the kind of help. So instead of moaning like a lot of us do, and we don't do it because we love moaning, we do it because we don't know what to do, they've kind of took hold of it and started to be a little bit of the Sacha Lord of travel.
Okay.
We talk about Sacha all the time and what he's done for the hospitality and all that kind of stuff. They're kind of doing it for travel. And it's funny because only a couple of weeks ago I said, I'd love someone to do it. I'd love it to be me, but it's way beyond me, this. And they've kind of done it. So Jill and Graham, I'm just going to refer to Jill, but Graham's obviously involved as well, started up a group on Facebook earlier this week called Target. And it's Travel Agent Reform Group Engaged Together. And basically it's for travel agents to join, to try and come together because they really want a face-to-face meeting, if possible, although I'm sure they'll take it on the phone, with Grant Shapps. Not to kind of go at him and do all that. It's to kind of help him come from a place of knowledge when he's addressing the travel industry and trying to help people survive. And I don't say survive lightly. I say it with a lot of kind of emphasis behind it, because that's what a lot of us are trying to do at the moment. We're trying to survive. A lot of people in travel are finding themselves in poverty because it's really dire, it really is. So they're doing that. So we've got Jill on the phone, and I got in touch with Jill and said, look, you're trying to do this and this is amazing. Myself and Colin have this platform that's about comedy and it's about travel. And it's not just the great side of it. It's also going to be sometimes when it's difficult, because it is at the moment. Hopefully that won't be for too much longer. So would you like to come on the show? We'd love to have you. We'd love to just hear. We've spoke to her together. She's so passionate about it, isn't she? She's brilliant. And we just wanted to kind of give her a bit of a platform. I know what they're trying to do, but kind of put it out there to other travel agents. But we're also trying to say, to the public, even though you can't do what we're doing with Grant Shapps, is like from the travel agent point of view, can you back us, please? Now, we're probably one of the last industries that are not represented. I don't know if there's others. I'd love people to let me know, so I'm coming from a place of knowledge. I don't want to be a grant. I don't want to do a grant.
No.
Yeah. I'd like to get one, but I don't want to do one. Ooh, that's got loads of meanings.
Right?
Hello.
You don't want to shap on people, do you?
Right, let's get Jill on the phone. Let's rescue this. So let's bring her on. We're using all new equipment and everything this evening, aren't we?
Look at this.
Hello. Oh, I can hear me in my ears. That's nice. Everyone at home's like, there's no difference.
Yeah.
So do we have Jill on the line?
I'm here.
Hey, it worked. Hi,
Hello,
Jill. How are you?
Jill, we are live.
I know.
Hello,
that
how
Jill,
are you?
Yeah, I'm really grateful, Jill, to your mum, because you said she's in Cyprus and she stayed up to listen to this. So
Hi.
thank you,
Hello,
Jill,
Jill.
Yeah.
for your patience. Bless you. So I hope, Jill, if you were listening to all that, I've kind of done some justice to what you're trying to do at the moment. And this, it's not been something that you've had time to put together, but you and Graham have been amazing at what you've done and how you've kind of lobbied everybody together and put out information, give us the resources to do what we need to do to just try and get the attention of Grant. Do you feel like that's kind of a fair justice there?
Yeah, I mean, we're just two independent travel agents and we just love doing what we do, selling travel, and we've just been really left behind and we felt none of the trade bodies were representing us well. And Grant Shapps has made so many blunders now. It's like he doesn't even know travel exists.
Yeah.
So we just thought we'd take it upon ourselves to try and do something and perhaps educate him on the way and see if we can get a meeting with him.
Definitely. I think that you're right there. I think what's scary is this guy kind of represents your industry at Parliament level. And 2 weeks in a row now of what I know about, you know, that he, you know, Lorraine's told me this and we've featured it on the show. What I would want to know is, obviously you and Lorraine are very passionate about this. This is your world. You know, I'm coming in from the everyman, is what I kind of said before the show, didn't I? You know, I want to learn about the struggles as well. I know the real. You know, Lorraine's kind of educated me over the last few months. So, what's the? Tell me a bit more about Target and how it came about.
Well, it just really came about because I was speaking to Graham, who's another independent agent, who's up in South Shields, and we are really struggling. We've not had any financial support from the government, really, apart from the non-essential retail grants, which everybody has had. And since last March, we've had absolutely no revenue. We've had to give refunds back, which I don't think people realise, but when we give a refund back, we're giving back everything that we've earned and also more because we're still paying credit card charges, bank charges. So we're giving back things that we've earned maybe, you know, a year before for work that we've done. So for the past 15 months, really all we have done is refund people.
So it's actually cost you to be a travel agent then?
It's cost us money for you not to go on holiday.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Which is that.
And we've all had to take bounce back loans, you know, and we're all in great debt now because of it.
And you said that about,
and yet
if you're in
we're
retail,
still doing it.
The retail stores got a little bit, but nothing really.
Oh, it was, it was negligible.
But there's a lot of you who kind of have your own business. You kind of work from home or work from wherever.
So yeah, like my situation, I'm it's a limited company and I'm the director and I work at home. So I have no premises, I have no business rates, I have nothing like that. But that means I can't get universal credit. Basically, it's zero. The only thing I can claim is child benefit because I have a child, which is nothing to do with anything. And I'm still expected to pay the tax bill when it comes in. I'm still and which is fine because if I earn, I'm happy to contribute. But then when the taxman's asking me to pay forward, but I've not earned anything, you're like, hang on a minute, this isn't right. So we're not being, there's like no, I can't think of the word really. They're just not thinking about what's happening in our industry. There's no box for us to fit in, is there, Jill? There's nowhere that we fit in at the moment. And I can't see that ending unless Grant Shapps sits down with people who are on the shop floor, as you know, for better words, kind of thing, to understand what's actually happening in the industry at the moment. And hopefully he'll do that with Jill and Graham. That would be amazing.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
And the other thing is as well, for those of us that have got shops, I had 5 staff when this started. I'm now down to 4 staff, but they've all been furloughed. So I have to do the work on my own because I can't afford to pay my staff. So I'm left doing it on my own. I'm not getting any money because, again, I'm a limited company, so I can't claim anything.
And you've
so
had,
great,
you've
the
had
staff
to
are
take
being
on.
looked after, but
So you've had to take on a second job as well, haven't you, Jill?
yeah, I do a second job now in the evenings, come home, work from 5 till 9 on the phone. And 2 of my staff actually do it as well, because obviously they've had their wages cut to 8% with the furlough. So they're also doing the same thing. I know a lot of travel agents are, you know, we're trying to help our customers and keep our businesses running. And then we're going home doing a second job to earn some money to pay our bills.
It's crazy though, if you think of someone like Jill, we'll take for example 5 staff. So this time last year, well, this time 2 years ago, booking the immense amount of bookings that will have been, because I know Jill runs a very, very successful travel agency. So she would have been doing really well and all those bookings. And then she's got the work of 5 people to do herself in the same amount of time that one person would have. And I worked flat out last year. I never stopped. I was literally going to then do that, then go home, literally grab a bite to eat and go to work. And it's the same thing every day. And we're not talking Monday to Friday. We're talking 7 days a week, because it just doesn't stop, does it, Jill? Even now, you know, the things that we booked last year, we moved to this year, we're now moving them again. So our people are taking refunds, which we don't blame them. But then we did all the work last year, we're doing the work this year, and then we're paying. We're actually paying charges on that. And that's not the public's fault. You know, we're not asking for sympathy with the public. We're asking for support now, for the public to say, enough is enough now, you know, let's get behind them. So I suppose in the travel world, Jill, so if you've got any travel agents listening, hopefully we have, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
We're asking that everybody kind of joins Target. It's on Facebook. That would be amazing. Kind of follow Jill's lead with all that. She's putting all these documents out. You don't have to do any work. She's doing it all for you. Just follow the instructions. Obviously read them. And we know that you'll be passionate about it. So publicise it that way. And to the general public, we're asking if you would, and maybe we'll put something together, Jill. I don't know. I've probably just thrown you out. And she's like, God, more work. But maybe we'll put something together that you can send to your local MPs, that you can send to Grant Shapps yourself to support the travel industry, to say, without this industry next year, what are you going to do when you want to go on holiday? You know, how much do you think these holidays are going to cost if the travel industry starts to go bust?
Oh, definitely. So what's the plan, Jill? What's next then? So Target as a group, what have you got planned now to get on the radar of Grant Shapps?
Well, as a group, we've grown from like nothing last week. We've got 833 members, I think it is, tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So today, as an initiative, everybody sent the same letter to Grant Shapps asking for a meeting.
Fantastic.
So hopefully tomorrow or Monday, whenever he gets to his office, he's going to have an absolute shitload of letters to open. He probably has a post boy to do it, but somebody's going to have a lot of letters to open. All our travel agents, all asking for a meeting to discuss how we can move forward and how we can help the trade. And it's not just about we're talking about financial support, whatever, but it's helping the public as well, because all these rules that are out at the minute with the traffic light system is absolutely ridiculous. We can't make head or tail of it. The public can't make head or tail of it.
Well, I suppose that's what's
I don't know why the government aren't getting somebody involved that knows what they're talking about.
I mean, Jill, talking about the government's a whole different show. You know, I like I say, I only can talk from my industry. I thought we got screwed over and had it bad, but talking to you guys, it is a real eye-opener. So all we can hope now is maybe tomorrow or over the weekend we'll take this little bit of the show, get it shared around.
Yeah, we'll definitely clip this. And well, I'm saying that, Graham's going, oh, will we? Yes, Graham, we will. We'll clip this and we'll get this shared as much as we can. We'll tweet him, and it is, again, it's not to kind of have a go and do that. It's to kind of help him to come from a place of knowledge and represent us fairly. I think that's all we want, isn't it, Jill? And so, is there a plan? Is there a plan with email tomorrow, Jill? Did you say?
Yeah, tomorrow, again, we're going to run a little email campaign, and we're going to ask everybody on the group to email in.
Well, I will share that on my business page.
To get involved,
I'll share that on that Collective Travel, my business page, and I'll share it on Plain Comedy as well. So the general public can also email from a public perspective saying we'd like to kind of share show our support to the industry, and let's see if we can get old Grant helping us estate agents.
We might be on here with him next week, who knows?
Maybe you could use your shop window, Jill, to start advertising houses instead of holidays. What do you reckon?
Might be a bit more successful at the minute.
You never know, do you? You never know. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jill. Obviously, stay in touch. We want to kind of update everyone that's been listening of what's going on. We'll continue to do that on Playing Comedy. And if you want anything sharing on there, we're more than happy to help with that. And I think you're fabulous. And on behalf of everybody in travel, I know they would want me to thank you and Graham for standing up and just helping. You know, it's amazing that you're doing it.
All right, thanks very much. And
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me on tonight.
No problem. Thanks very much, Jill.
good-
Speak to you soon.
good
Okay,
evening.
bye.
Bye. Headphone. Oh, we're back in the real world
Back in
now.
the
That's
real
a bit.
world.
I quite like listening to myself
I know,
in
it's
my
nice,
ear.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
Yeah.
nice. What a great woman, though. You know, and Graham was what I feel like saying, just Jill. But it feels so nice in the travel industry knowing that somebody is taking control. And I know it's dead easy to go, I wish someone would do it, and I would love to do it. You know, but.
No, but it's what
I don't have that kind of confidence that Jill's got. She's been in the industry forever, and I just think she's amazing. Her
But
and
it
Graham.
takes the catalyst, doesn't it, to kind of someone like Grant Shapps to keep making these mistakes to eventually you all go, fuck this. You know, what is going on?
Yeah, it's not
'Cause
right,
and
and
you are, and like I said, we spoke in length about this, and this is, no, and people know, the people who watch this or people in other industries know, we're not disrespecting and we're not taking away from any
Not
other
at all.
industry.
No.
This at the minute is about the one industry that is still yet to get any help or
Yeah.
recover. The rest of us are getting there now. Like I say, I've been back out gigging. Bars are open again. You know, that's my industry. It's hospitality and entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, everyone else is going back to work or whatever that looks like. So, yeah, we're all behind you guys.
Thank you
We're
very
all
much.
behind you
Thank
guys.
you
So
very
we will get that
much.
shared this week.
Oh,
So,
well, then we should put a bit of a spotlight on your industry then, because you've been out gigging this week, haven't
can
you?
I just say,
I know, nice
look
mug.
at the merch.
Which-
It's
yeah.
not available.
You know, you can't buy it. We're not doing it. We can't be bothered,
I
basically.
got mine at Max Spielman.
Don't plug them. Hashtag. No, you've been out, haven't you? You've
I
been a
have
bit
been.
famous this week. Playing Comedy's been a bit famous, haven't you? You've been plugging us
On the TikTok.
on the TikTok. We've got 3 TikToks now. All original content, by the
Yeah,
way.
ones that, yeah, exactly. No lip syncing here.
It's been good, though.
It has, yeah, no, I've enjoyed it. So Monday, as soon as we were allowed back out and playing out,
Yeah.
I was over in Ramsbottom
Yeah, great
at
lineup.
Rami Social.
Yeah, it
Social
looks
with-
like a great bar, that.
It's lovely, actually, yeah. So Nicola and her wife Joanna run that one, and it's just so lovely and intimate and
Yeah.
just lovely. And funny enough, so me and Nicola have known each other for years. We used to go to a comedy night in Cholton,
Okay.
in Manchester, called Mirth on Monday.
Okay.
And it was every single Monday with a promoter and MC called Des Sharples.
Okay.
Des Sharples is, you ask anyone in comedy who the nicest man in comedy is. And
They're not going to say you, Colin.
it's subjective, that.
Right.
I'm self-aware. Some people like me. People are booked like me. People who don't,
Yeah, they don't.
they like to see me next Tuesday. But Des Sharples really nice. But the thing is, he compared it every single Monday for 15 years.
Right, okay.
Mind blowing.
New material every week.
Eventually just read the Manchester Evening News.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. But it was good and people liked it. And that was the gig when you first started that you wanted to play. That was like, I want to spot a Mirth on Monday.
Yeah, okay.
So for me, don't get me wrong, Comedy Stores, Frog and Bucket's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I wanted them so bad. But for me, there was 2 gigs and Mirth on Monday was one of them. The other one was
Okay.
Excess Malarkey in Fallowfield. So Nicola is a big fan. She's now got this lovely little bar. She wants to kind of recreate that or pay homage to it.
Oh, nice.
So the plan is to eventually have every Monday Rami Social, me as the new Des Sharples.
Nice. Is
and
Des still with us?
He's still alive.
So you could bring him
I
back.
could, but he give up comedy. 'Cause I
Bring
think
him out of
he's- yeah, I
retirement
think
for
he
a
will.
one-time.
I
Or he
think
could do it for playing comedy, couldn't
Of course he
Yeah.
could. Oh, do you know what?
Get in touch, Dev. Des, not Dev.
Dev.
It's on
Connection
Corrie.
Street, yeah. So yes, that's the plan. So that we had Big Lou on and Eddie Brimson.
nice.
But
Okay.
you know what was interesting is these acts. You know, we've all been going. I'd say for a combined years, you're talking 40, 50 years of experience there.
Right, okay.
Every one of us was like, oh my God.
Oh,
we've
was
not
you
been-
nervous?
No one's been on stage since November and stuff. You were
Of
like,
course. You know what? You forget about that, don't you? Forget that people have stopped doing their profession and what they're good at. And yeah, because
Yeah.
you didn't do any like Zoom gigs.
No, and fair play to who actually did, but it's not for me. I
Yeah,
I
it's
like the
different as
instant
well.
reaction and stuff like that. So
You like the gratitude
I
and the
did-
ego
I did-
stroking. Yeah.
and other things stroking, whatever, it doesn't matter.
We'll leave it at there.
One day you'll bite. Don't bite. Actually, that was the wrong saying.
The disgust in my face right now.
Unless
Oh,
that's
but
what you're into. Lorraine,
But you were
I don't know.
headlining in Blackpool last
was,
night,
yeah.
weren't you? Yeah, moving on.
On.
To Blackpool.
To Blackpool, yeah. Where,
You said that was a great gig,
where
though.
people do bite, but not in a sexual
Right,
way. It's just-
right.
it was dirty.
Turned moody too fast.
So yeah, I was at Dirty Blondes.
Oh, okay.
For a comedy night there. Yeah, I was closing that show, and it was just what a well-run comedy club. Really nice
Really?
people. They sell 18-inch pizzas. So,
Nice.
So and hey, tell you what, not comedy related, But if they have this bacon pizza with like spicy sausage on it, and they put frazzles on the pizza.
Wow.
So
Throwback. It's right retro then, isn't
frazzles,
it?
Yeah.
I see that you had a cream soda.
I did have some cream soda. Oh, I'm living my best life.
$6 at Universal. That they call it the Harry Potter drink. Yeah, the butterbeer. Yeah.
Oh, really? It's 49p in there.
Well, there you go.
In
Blackpool,
England.
Universal Studios. I'm not sure what's
Where
the
would you
difference.
rather be? But in typical Blackpool sense, the show got interrupted at one point by just a couple dragging each other across the floor outside. And,
Were they?
yeah, it was like Blackpool.
Yeah, they'll be in love by the end of the night.
Well, we had a sweepstake.
Oh, did you?
So he was cuffed up, and she was like in the office upstairs crying, like,
Oh, right.
I hate him, he's a bastard, you know.
Yeah.
And I said to Rota, a tenner, when she comes down and sees he's been arrested, she has to go to the police instead of him. And
Oh,
he
right.
took me on it. He took me on a tenner. And when she came down, she went, "What are you doing? Leave him alone." And he's like, "All right, babe, where are you going?" Well, not where you're going.
Oh, but everyone's had a nice night, haven't they? And that's all
It's
that's
like a modern day
important.
Romeo and Juliet.
I tell you what, your week compared to mine is very different because I was out yesterday networking. Anyone that knows me knows I love networking. I love meeting new people, and I go to the Curry Club once a month in Manchester, run by Mike Barnes, an amazing man who's done it forever. It's actually been going for 41 years. So I'm sat there yesterday, and this chap's telling me it's been going 41 years, this club, and I was like, I'm 41 in a month's time. Wow, you know. So really nice club, like professionals in Manchester and all that. Went with my good friend Suzette, who is a fabulous interior designer, and we just
a really nice lady.
and we just had a great time. It was so nice to be out face to face, chatting to people, feeling a bit normal. There's still the nod to it's different, but the owner of it was at the Raj Dukes in Manchester, amazing curry house. You've got to go.
What do you have?
They bring some mixture of everything out. Yeah, it's
like Indian
amazing.
tapas.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But he came and did like a speech to kind of thank everyone for supporting his business. And me and Susie were like, he needs to stop because it's getting emotional because you forget that you just turn up. I'm having a curry and doing this and hi everyone. And you think this business has had to survive for a year, without people in, and they've done the takeaways, but the city centre. So has it been as easy for them and all that? And he got a bit emotional, and we did, and we were like, stop now, can't eat my korma. But it was really nice, and really looking forward to that side of life coming back, being out in the day, speaking to people. I'm kind of done with Zoom now, and not done with podcasts though. Love the podcast forum, yeah.
Nice.
Love that platform still. So yeah, it's nice and stuff. And yeah, so, Andy Stowers is saying, I need to do this curry club, Lorraine. You do, and everyone should come to the curry club who's in business. It's great. It's a great way to network, and it's a great way to meet fantastic people.
You told me about it. And I found
You're
it
not coming.
No, this is what I found out, because I was like, I'm headlining in Blackpool, Lorraine. Why don't you come? And you went, I've got curry club. And then I found out it was in the day.
Yeah. That was, yeah.
So, and do you know what? The pennies only just dropped today. I was like, you motherfucker.
I was busy, Colin. Yeah, busy. I don't want to go to Blackpool on a Wednesday night. It's not really. No one's going on the big one on a Wednesday night, are they?
But babe, don't arrest him. You missed it all. Come on.
I just watched Channel 5. It'll be fine. So our little page is growing, isn't it?
It's growing.
It's been busy this week. We've tested a few little posts, and favourite one of the week's got to be Room 101.
We did a Room 101 post, yeah. So that was very interesting, actually, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I had some ideas.
There was some of the obvious, though. Everyone put Brexit in. Everyone put COVID in.
Brexit and COVID.
Yeah, like, you can't have that, rude people. You can't put rude people in.
You could put COVID in it, but it'll find its way out
It will.
in a new form, wouldn't it?
And Brexit would just break itself away from us, and then there'd be a new strain.
Brexit will be in there for about 5 years anyway.
Yeah, so we didn't have that, but we picked up a few that we were a bit like, yeah, we'll have that. One of them, which made me laugh, was, and I thought it was just me that hated this, was when people get petrol. Because when I go for petrol, I think now you've got a social responsibility to pay at the pump. You don't need to be going in that shop. You pay at your pump and you go, right? No, some people like to get the petrol, get a basket, and go shopping.
Wankers.
Do you know what? I'm going to let you have that. It winds me up.
I'm so angry.
But it's like they go, I don't mind if you need milk and bread, and but not a full browse.
I don't trust people. I don't know why. I don't trust people who buy eggs at petrol stations.
Why?
I have no idea. I saw it the other day. I went, "Fuck's wrong with you?" I don't know why I got so angry about it.
Yeah, do you know what? There's something a bit chemical about that. I'm going to give you that.
It's just a petrol station, like get sweets
Yeah.
and stuff, whatever. But
Mints, chocolate, magazines, bit of
don't be buying eggs.
yeah. get in touch if you've ever bought eggs at a petrol station. Did they taste all right? Was they a bit iffy? Yeah. Oh, I thought there was a technical problem. They're going, we've bought eggs at a petrol station.
We both buy eggs at petrol.
For what reason, though?
I like buying eggs.
But
I don't mean chocolate eggs.
Any eggs.
Wow.
I like eggs.
When you think you know someone, Colin. Yeah. Anyway, well, let's test this one with these.
I like lamps. It's like Steve Carell in Anchorman.
Wow. Well, that brings on to another one. Someone said that they don't like people that are self-aware.
People who like
And not
self-awareness.
self-aware. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you, in supermarkets when people stop and...
Well, that's the problem, Joe.
It's a bit like the petrol thing. They're not.
It's very similar. It moves. It's that thing of, and I suppose it got worse during the pandemic when I did the whole Asda runs and there was a one-way system and people did just stop talking. Like, you ain't in a bubble.
Was
Stop
you
what
the
you're
tutter
doing.
then?
Oh, I hated it. You're going to kill us all. Why? But yeah, I just think the two, I think it's because someone commented, didn't they, saying either the people who stop for a conversation with someone who's not seen in ages and they're blocking the aisles,
Yeah.
or the ones who are on FaceTime to the granny going, are these the peas you want?
Yeah.
You're like,
For me, it's just the FaceTime having a chat. You just use your ears. That's what it's for. You don't need to see that person. We've become too need to see your face. I need to. Or people that just randomly WhatsApp video call you. Just ring me. I don't. It's not as bad as the person that you text message and then they phone you. I know your brother does that a lot, and that winds
it's
you
funny,
up.
he said a text and it ring.
Don't ring.
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
just don't.
And then I don't answer like, oh, sorry, I was busy. Like, it clearly wasn't. But shall I tell you?
Can I just add one more to that phone list now?
Yeah, go on.
The people who my mum does this, she'll ring me, and if I miss it, I'll ring her back, and it rings out. I'm like, what the fuck did you just do with your phone then? Have you just rang it and threw your phone across the room? He's answered, so I'm going to throw my phone away
The
now.
worst one is when they ring you on your mobile and you don't answer, and then they ring you on your landline. You think, I'm still busy. Still not. Yeah.
Have you got a landline?
Yeah, I have, but I don't actually have
Lorraine
it plugged
Robinson.
in. No, for internet, for all purposes. We've just rang someone on the landline.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
It was a bit like, shall we ring me on the landline? I was like,
You need to
wow.
get your landline sorted and then start using that voice because you could make some money for playing comedy.
Which voice?
The voice you do when you got the headphones on. You turn into an M&S
I
advert.
do, yeah. We said some rude stuff to Graham before, didn't we, when he was in the bathroom listening? Yeah.
Well, that's totally out of context, but we're not going to add context now. That was
We're not
beautiful.
going to, no, I'm leaving
We
it
talked
in.
to Graham and he's in the bathroom a lot.
Yeah, we'll leave that in. Well, what was your winner in the 101? Because we did say we'd pick a winner.
My winner was not necessarily the people who don't indicate in the cars. It's the last minute indicators. So when I'm waiting to pull out, hilarious.
Not really.
I'm ready to pull out my car and the car's coming, so I'm like, obviously being a good driver, waiting for it to come, and right at the last minute indicates left. I'm like, oh.
But at least they've indicated. Are you a bit of a road rager?
Well, my dad always says, Colin's the nicest guy you'll meet until he gets behind the wheel.
Oh, you
My
want
road
them.
rage is severe.
Is it?
But it's also not, it's like a bipolar version of, because that could be like, you fucking idiot, so Lorraine, about the show. It's going to be really good. So,
How hard are you in the car? You're like, come on, I'll take you on.
Oh,
And then
I will-
Behind that glass, you are like the strongest
I will
man.
give it the big and
Will you?
massively.
What would you do then if someone challenged you?
Say it wasn't me.
Put the glasses on, say, please, my
I was on the-
glasses.
I was on the phone.
Hayden's just giving me funny looks right now.
But yeah, that's me.
Maybe Hayden will follow you home tonight just to test that.
Hayden follows me home every week.
Well, fair
So-
enough, fair enough.
This is why I kind of like sitting this way, so I don't see what he's doing. But at
can
the same
see.
time, I don't like my back to him as well. At the same
Yeah,
time.
I won't put my back yet.
Because for those who haven't seen,
Doing that at the moment as if you're dead.
for those who haven't seen Hayden, if we was in prison together, I'd be his wife.
Yeah,
Straight away.
100%, 100%.
I'd be wifed up.
And great.
For no protection as well, because he's selling me in the canteen anyway. So
Graham's only laughing because he's glad it's not him. So I'm going to make my 101 a travel-related one. Someone put in, and I can't believe someone come up with this because it winds me up, but I've never thought of it. When you go to stay in a hotel, you're in a nice hotel, you're at the Hilton,
Nice.
stayed over, bit of breakfast. Oh, nice, someone's going to cook you breakfast. So you go up to the toast machine, you know, the big conveyor belt, and you put, you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Yeah.
You put your bread in, and it goes through, you like wave goodbye to it, and everyone waits there politely like, that's my bread, dickhead, don't touch it when it comes out. You know, that kind of situation. It comes out, and I think sometimes it's whiter than when it went in,
Yeah.
right? And that's brown bread as well, you know. So you go, do I go again? Do I do it? Do I risk it? And you always do, always, comes out charred. It's like it's been in there, there's firemen firing at it. Or I don't know what happens on that second go, but it burns to a crisp. smoke alarms, everything. So I'm going to put that into room 101 this week.
I agree. Because that happened to me. Actually, I used to work in sales, and in the canteen I did that. But not only did it burn that much, it set. How's bread set on fire? I didn't even know it was flammable.
On the second go?
Yeah, just a little flame.
Did it?
Shut down the whole canteen.
What's in that bread for that to happen?
No.
Flammable bread. Are you from Warburton's? Maybe get in touch. What's in your ingredients?
Yeah,
Asbestos bread.
Come on, Mr. Warburton.
So yeah, we loved that post, and we loved. I'm reading something about landlines there. Sorry, on the comments. I'll read it in a minute. Yeah, we love that post. Didn't we? We're going to do more stuff like that where you can tell us what makes you angry, because it was we had some good responses. Rage is good.
So
yeah.
someone else put about no Yorkshire puddings on a Sunday roast.
Yeah. To be fair though, that's what defines a Sunday for me.
But stuff
Not
like
just that, church, obviously.
Church, obviously. Yeah, just walking past church.
Yeah.
Who goes in there?
Morning.
Yeah. I can't go in church. I get really hot.
I set on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've actually started having. We're quite lucky because people have got on board with us quite quickly, and they've started sending us like funny stories. Like your dad is on this, isn't he? He's just, every day now. Colin, look at this. But we've had a few others kind of sent into us that you should have a look at this. You should talk about it and things like that. And some of them we would never talk about on the show because they're more for Hayden's show at 10 o'clock, really, aren't they? They're probably more that kind of.
Nice plug as
Hayden's
well.
like, oh, brilliant, yeah. Trigger warning. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. Yeah, okay. With a very open mind, I would say. Yeah, what do you reckon? Is that the right way to put it? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even pre-warn people.
No, I'd go straight in.
I think everyone deserves to experience it once.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I've experienced it once.
Yeah.
I was throwing up nearly, wasn't I? Yeah. Why are you two laughing? I don't know what I said. I'm so innocent. Anyway, moving on to our funny stories, boys.
I just realised you can see Graham in the back there. Look at that.
Oh, can we see him? Did we see him then? Oh, he's in. He's famous. He's not getting paid. So neither are any of us, to be fair.
Yeah.
So there's funny stories that we had this week came kind of on the back of your Romania one, didn't they, with the Dracula and all that? Because your dad was like on that one. I'm going to get my story.
Yeah, so we started looking at some kind of funny news stories from around the world.
Yeah.
So obviously the Romania was one of them. And then you picked up on one that you kind of enjoyed.
It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It just shows that if you're ever feeling like you're a bit bonkers, just read funny stories from around the world and you'll realise you're quite boring, really, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So you're going to have to forgive me for the reading of these names, right? But here's the headline. This is what kind of made me go, yeah, I'll read this one. Couple chained together to save relationship, vow to remain chained until they get married. Wait for this, though. They're not even engaged yet. Right, so...
I mean, it's madness already, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not even going to go for surnames, right, because there's absolutely no way I can read them. But Victoria and Alexander, have vowed to keep their steel love shackles on until their wedding day, despite the fact that they're not even engaged yet. So they've chained themselves together for 3 months solid. They've done this to save their relationship and also break a world record. I'm not sure which came first. Personally, I think maybe they were inspired by the chocolate orange thing.
Maybe
they went to the future, seeing you do that amazing performance last week that has had way too much attention for what it was, I think. It got way too much attention.
Because it's not a positive video.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, more to come. So they've chained themselves together. So these are probably a little bit like the Blackpool couple that you were talking about before. They were splitting up on average twice a week. That's crazy.
So just stay apart.
I wouldn't have the energy. I wouldn't even want to see someone more than twice a week, let alone split up with them. So anyway, split up more than twice a week. So they decided, when they said one of them decided they were going to break up, and the lady said, then I will attach myself to you.
She said that?
She said that. Now, this is the point where, as the other person, you would say, no, that's not happening. But he agreed. He said, who needs relationship counselling when you have metal chains?
I mean, that's a good point.
It's a different point.
Hayden, have you got any chains? I could get Lorraine tied down.
They have confessed, though, now that they are fed up with each other, right? But they've vowed to remain chained together until their wedding day. But like I said, they're not engaged yet, and they've got no plans on getting engaged. However, the couple, they're from Ukraine, right? Okay, have said
makes sense now.
Wait for this. They're using their bizarre stunt to try and get themselves to millionaire status whilst raising money for charity. amazing.
I mean, how?
I don't know. They never say how they're going to raise money. I don't know. When you break a world record, do like the money gods come and give you money? I don't know. Can we get you practiced for the?
Not for that.
Well, I don't know. But they want to donate. So they must already have a figure right in mind that they're getting or thinking of. They want to donate $2 million to charity. And it says, and they're currently negotiating this. And then they'll leave $1 million for their personal use. Now, I'm just going to say this, Colin. I would chain myself to you for 3 months for $3 million.
Right, there's the challenge, guys.
I'd chain myself to Hayden and Graham.
No, let's not bring them into it. I've got a plan.
$3 million. I'd chain myself to anything for that.
One second. Can we have the camera on me for a second?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Listen, that film's already been done. All I'm going to say is, if enough people get in touch, you've heard it now, we can chain ourselves to each other.
If we get
3 months.
3 million people donating £1 each, I will chain myself
That's
to you.
the number.
That's the number. 3 million people for £1
So if we can make
each.
£3 million.
For 3 months' work, chain to you, yeah.
Should we get this set up now, yeah?
Yeah, Hayden's doing PayPal right now.
Let's do this.
Watch this watch this backfire. To your PayPal.
And once we've got you chained up, we'll just leave you with a camera on your phone.
That, do you know what? There's channels that would have that. They are, well, let's look at this. So far, they've broken the world record, the Ukrainian and the world record for most time spent chained together as a couple. Bear in mind, they've done everything together for the last 3 months. And now they've even got plans to go on a reality show together. And they say, but it hasn't been easy.
I mean,
but you know what? I'm going to say I would watch that show.
I'm also fascinated that the Guinness Book of Records has a Ukraine edition. That's a very niche market, isn't
Well,
it?
maybe we should look at that and see if there's something we can... bet they don't have 9 Ferrero Rochers in a minute, do they?
I don't think they have Ferrero Rocher over there.
Is there no ambassadors? Oh, look at that. Hello, 80s. Go on, what was your story? Does your story beat mine then? Probably.
So my story actually is, and it links us into something that we're after anyway. So this really fascinated me, right? And the level of detail in this story is fantastic. So Shrek.
All right, off of the cartoon.
So Shrek, the film, right? It first aired 20 years ago this year. 20 years old, Shrek.
20 years old.
Now, I'm going to give you the headline.
Yep.
This is the headline about Shrek, this great kids film. That
Yeah, with Donkey and all that.
I mean, my little brother and sister from toddlers on, they grew up just watching Shrek. They loved it. It was a great film. The headline: Shrek's Duloc home to orgy of slaughter after first film.
What?
That's the thing. So this is what I'm talking about.
I'm not even sure I understand
So do you
that.
remember in the announcement and in the first show, we said we're looking for people who are enthusiasts.
Yeah.
People who are like Star Wars geeks or Harry Potter geeks or you collect buttons or ring pulls.
Yeah.
Just whatever that looks like. Right?
Yeah.
Just why? But sell it to us because there's a reason why we're so passionate. So this guy is clearly gone in on Harry Potter, on Shrek.
He might have gone in on Harry Potter as well.
I've tried. It's a long story, but I'll do it quick. Because every little word is... I want to see your reaction to this. So are you ready for this? The much-loved fairy tale of Shrek first came into our lives 20 years ago, and it's been living in our heads rent-free ever since.
It's mind-blowing in itself.
It's a nice start to a story,
is
right?
lovely, yeah.
Shrek, Fiona, Donkey and Dragon went on many adventures together, and their stories ended happily ever after.
Yeah.
But...
Oh. I don't like it already.
But it emerged that a much darker fate may have awaited some of the background characters.
Oh.
And that's what you don't think about in these stories is the background
The extras.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone has speculated, a fan has speculated that Duloc was the site of an orgy of rioting and slaughter.
So Duloc is the setting, isn't it? It's where
it is the original town. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Adding that the magical creatures went on a violent rampage after Lord Farquaad was eaten. The theorist also believes creatures massacred all the inhabitants of Duloc before burning the city to the ground, and that provided their evidence, which is pretty darn convincing.
Right.
So he told Reddit. I love Reddit. Said. In the first film, Duloc was prosperous, clean, had a large population with a thriving economy.
Sounds like Britain about 2 years ago.
But it all changed in just a few years. When the city was shown again in 2010's Scared Shrekless, the city was desolate, with upturned carts, smashed items, and multiple scorch marks.
Oh my God, what is wrong with these
Immediately
people?
after the events of Shrek movie, the fairy tale creatures took their bastard revenge against the entire city, pillaging and burning it to the ground, and likely murdering most of its citizens.
Oh my God. Is this in the outtakes on the DVD?
I know,
Is this on the
I better go back and watch
B-side?
it.
Yeah.
Firstly, cities don't get abandoned that quickly. So there's clearly been violence, and finally there is a motive. So now there's a motive. Perhaps Dulox's economy was wrecked as a result of the political changes. But even we run with that and assume that people left because the economic hard times, it takes more than a few years for a large capital city to be entirely empty.
What? There's more. Oh my God, there's more.
We're nearly finished.
Hurry up.
There will be some
Please.
sort of inhabitation for a while. Historically, so I'm going to move on.
You've lost me anyway. Basically, it's someone who has gone in and created their own narrative. Is that
Well,
fair
this
to
is the
say?
strongest line. I'll leave it here.
Oh, right, go on
The
then.
theory said the first film begins with Lord Farquaad exacting all manners of tortures and atrocities to magical creatures in heartbreaking scenes reminiscent of the Holocaust.
Wow.
I know, I've just heard Hayden say fantastic.
No, I did as well. I was like, are we putting any light on that?
Even talking about, but it's true, torturing the gingerbread man, killing Mama Bear and using her as a
The
rug.
gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Bastards.
The gingerbread man?
The gingerbread man, that little man. So,
that's someone who's
so is that the level of fans that you want
that's
to
fan-
interview?
That's what I'm saying about, because you didn't know about fan fiction, did you?
No.
So people who were that,
I'm
they
glad
write
I
their own
didn't.
stuff. Because I told the Friends one, which is heartbreaking.
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
So everyone loves Friends, and
it's coming back.
The reunion shows at the end
Yeah.
of the month, right? But there was a great theory that all 10 series didn't happen, and it was in Phoebe's head. So Phoebe used to be a drug addict on the street.
Is that a real part of the story?
Yeah, so her
that?
backstory was she used to do drugs, she used to live on the street.
In
and
the
stuff.
real world, yeah, okay.
And there was a theory saying all 10 series, and it ends with the drugged up Phoebe looking for a central perk at the Friends, just wishing she was one of them. So
That's so grim.
it's so sad, isn't it? But so that's the level we're looking at.
So that's what we want then. People
Someone
that are
who's
that
passionate, they've either wrote their own narrative or they go to cosplay events or just whatever. I know people who fly to Florida for conventions for Star Wars and stuff. We want them.
Yeah.
We want them people to come and just chat to us and sell your passion
I would
to
be
us.
fascinated by that, I think, for someone who lives in a world that's not real and go in that much about something like Shrek.
Yes.
Wow.
And to link it to the Holocaust.
Yeah, it's what's their background?
That is absolutely. But I love the word, to use the word orgy in a kid's film is a bit
Yeah.
anyway.
Different. Anyway, well, you brought that down, Colin. I think I don't know which one wins there. Is it the chained couple or the orgy in Shrek? There's the title of our podcast.
the orgy in Shrek. Well, there's a market for everything. Let me tell you.
That will be out there, I imagine. Some of the things you've told me that you've discovered over time.
Yeah.
There you are, Colin, under the bus. Yeah, so we've had a bit of a week of it, really, haven't we? But we want you to send us stories in because they're brilliant. Some of them we can't talk about. That's if you think how bad that is with the Shrek, think what we've been sent. It's been interesting, hasn't it? Yeah. Colin will go, have a look at your inbox. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's probably best not to.
Yeah, don't. But we want to talk to people who are enthusiasts. And you seen last week that we had Martin on, who's a comedian who was fabulous. He was amazing, Martin, wasn't he? So we've got a lot of comedians lined up to come on, haven't we? Some really interesting people. Some people that you'll be amazed that have agreed to come on this show.
Yeah, we've got people from the TV world. We've got,
Don't give it up just yet. Yeah. Okay, little tease.
TV people.
But yeah, it's exciting, isn't it, what we've got coming up? But we love people. We love people in the real world, people who don't live in the real world, so we want to kind of get some people on. So whether that's on the phone, like we've had Jill tonight, or we can try and do a live link up visually. Graham's now looking at me going, stop.
Stop adding to the workload.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's fine, whatever, yeah. He'll do something. He does like magical stuff. He's like a wizard.
Yes, you're a
A wizard.
You're a wizard.
I love the way
Harry.
Hayden laughs as if like they've had that discussion before. Yeah, so that just kind of leaves us with our rat. We've got a little rat, haven't we? A little mascot that we got sent in for the show. Quite representative. It's got its own little meanings, but it hasn't got a name.
So yeah, that'll be a Facebook post this
Yeah.
week. We'll name it for next week's show.
So anyone who has a child under the age of probably 10 now will know it as the highway rat, but we don't want to call it the highway rat. We want to give it a name. A name that's meaningful to our
I've
show.
learned a lot about the highway rat this week.
It's been brilliant, hasn't it? I actually read the highway rat to you the other day, didn't I? And you
Yes.
were, and you got an idea of how good my storytelling is.
It's very
Very good.
It's very good.
Available for children's TV.
Yeah.
Hello. Anyway, right, that's that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, isn't it?
Yeah, so I suppose as we start to wrap this show up, we'll
Rat this show.
this show
Oh, that was
up.
like a
Look
crack
at
Colin
this.
joke. Oh,
You
feel
taking over the
dirty
jokes. I'm
now.
going to start booking holidays.
Oh God, you'll end up in the Ukraine breaking records.
Hey, listen. I'm all about making memories. That's what you say. When you send people on holiday, you're making
I don't like them make those kind of memories, Colin. They make good memories.
Money's money. That's what I'm saying.
Don't ever join the travel world, Colin.
So to summarise, £3 million gets us chained together.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got
That
one.
happened, didn't it?
It's on camera now, so...
I'll split 3 mil with you.
Oh, thank
2
you
mil
very
this way,
much.
1 mil your way.
I'm happy with that.
Cool. Yeah, all right.
Because the key will get lost anyway. We're chained together forever.
Just so you know, my friend Susie, her husband, is a locksmith and a very good one. So I've got all angles covered. Don't worry.
If I give him a couple $100,000.
He won't.
Boosh.
He won't. Susie will get on him. So don't worry.
Oh, it's a
Stop
different-
it now. Don't talk about my friend like that. Yeah. She'll be going, Colin. So there we go. It's kind of a bit of a fun show this week, isn't it? Have we got a guest next week? Are we going to see if we can get one of our mad fans in? That's what we're going to call them, mad
Yes.
fans.
Let's get an enthusiast for next week's
Yeah.
show. Let's rock that up. You'll notice there was no challenge this week,
No.
so we'll address that before we go. We're putting the menu together.
Yes, you've still not done your full menu yet. At
Yeah.
least we know what 3 million likes gets and
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah, we're going for likes as opposed to subscribers now. So it's Facebook likes.
Yes.
So if you want anything painful or something that's really going to hurt or that kind of spice. I was going to say spice, but then I know
No.
Hayden would jump on that one as well. I'm not doing a spice challenge in Manchester.
No, we don't. No, we don't want to do that.
To be asleep outside of Morrison's.
That sounds nice right now, actually.
Yeah. So do keep challenging any challenges. We are going. A lot of you as well have mentioned you want to do the chocolate orange challenge, thinking it's easy.
Yeah.
It's fucking not, you liars, right?
Give it a try. Film yourself and send it to us. We'd love to.
Yes.
Don't try and break the world record. Try and break Colin's record.
I'm going to break my record.
Yeah, I think we all could. To be fair, we could just
You volunteering.
But we've already had Janice Robson, who has watched last week's show, has actually sent me a few challenges for you. So we're going to do that. So thank you, Janice. Much appreciated.
And you said about workplace challenges as well.
Yeah,
we've had none of them, I don't think.
We've had a few, but ones that would be difficult during COVID. But anything where you should just challenge me to work in the library. Can you imagine me having to be quiet for 8 hours?
No.
But what we want to get across is, remember, this is a podcast. It's not about the Facebook Live. It's about the podcast afterwards. We're on a few platforms
So
now,
we're now
aren't we?
officially, we're on Spotify.
Hello.
We're on Amazon.
Oh, with the big guys.
We're on Google Podcasts.
We don't know how to get on Apple.
Apple's just been so
Oh
hard to
my
get
God,
on.
it's like the hardest thing in the world, but we will. So you've watched the show. If you're watching now, great. Obviously, it'd be weird if I'm talking to someone that's not, but please download our podcast, give it a subscribe, give it a like, do whatever you do, tell your friends about it, because the more popular it becomes, the better the show can get. The more people we can get on, the more people want to come and promote themselves, the bigger those names will become. So that will be good. We've got a YouTube channel. Head over, subscribe, because we have to say it.
Yes, we do.
Please share our Facebook page. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to plug, Colin Manford? When's your next gig?
31st of May, back in Ramsbottom.
Is it booked up?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet.
Tickets
So we're on
available.
with Freddie Quinn is opening the show,
I like that name, Freddie Quinn.
and Martin Moore.
Oh, is it
Martin
Martin from
Moore,
last?
yeah.
Oh,
So
anyone who
Martin-
watched last week, then they're going to
Martin
want to
Moore's on
see
to
him.
close that show. So
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm going to come to that then.
Definitely come to that one.
So I'm there. There's
There
a
we
reason. There's all the ticket sales that's being given back. Yeah, and if hopefully I'm not chained to you at that point.
I mean, if we get 3 million
Yeah,
by
to
the
be
end
fair,
of May,
hopefully we are. Yeah, I'll take
You're
that.
comparing with me.
Hi everyone.
Well, cool. Well, that's good. Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely like the page, share it with your friends, download the podcast,
Yeah.
do all the socials.
And thank you for joining us. And tonight's podcast is brought to you by us and Accounts Direct. So please log on to it. Go and have a look at Accounts Direct. Check them out. They're a great accountants there. Colin's looking at me going, well done. You got all the words out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I wasn't going to do it.
I know you weren't. Yeah, I could tell.
Because I watched Stephen's show before this one.
Stephen's great.
We
He's
are
my
not,
accountant.
We are not comedy plane. What's wrong with you, Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen tried to plug us and called us Comedy Plane, but I think that's a great tour show because we could do it on a plane and have a comedy gig in the sky.
Yeah, couldn't book Mr. T though.
Wow. Anyway, well, on that note, yeah. Should we say goodbye, Colin?
I don't deserve to. That
No.
was so bad. But we will say goodbye. So
Yeah.
goodbye, everyone. I was Colin Manford. Have a great week.
And I was the more professional Lorraine Robinson. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.